Oh no. Oh, can you hear me?
Yay!
Live. I was
Oh,
muted.
hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Julie.
Hi,
Thanks
Julie.
for joining. If you are live and you're watching, please comment. Hashtag the more you know. We're gonna raffle off some things today. First things first, there's a new book that came out. I'm sure almost every pet parent hopefully has heard of it by now. But the new Forever Dog Life book, we are going to raffle off a copy of that.
Woo-hoo.
And since we are with Angela here, and we're going to be talking about fireworks and all the anxiety and all the things we need to get calm, we're also going to raffle off a bottle of CBD Dog Health Calm. So definitely excited about that. And yes, welcome. For those of you who didn't know, I'm Amanda. I am the owner of The Nautical Dog. I am here with Angela Ardolino today, the founder of CBD Dog Health and Mycodog and the podcast, which is Your Natural, what is it? Your Natural Dog. I can't think of it right now. Yes, that one. I'm tired. So yeah, Angela is one of our speakers for the More You Know Pet Wellness Summit coming up. She's coming back for year 2, and we are so glad to have you back. Yeah, give us like a little short, think about yourself for those who haven't met you yet.
I don't know. I feel like I probably met everybody. Hi, Rena. If you don't, I'm Angela Ardolino. I'm a medical cannabis and fungi and adaptogen formulator, expert, practitioner. What else do I do? Teach, educate, have treated hundreds of animals since 2016 with incredible success. And I know today we're going to talk about stress and anxiety, and that's probably one of the best things that it works for. And what I love about it is that you could be treating stress and anxiety, and at the same time, it's helping their overall body work better, their innate ability to heal themselves, other ailments and things start to go away. So it's just a beautiful thing that I love and talk about all the time.
Yes, we love your products here. We love what you do. We love all the education things that you do. It, you get so down into it and like the science, and I don't understand all of it, but it works. It's great. And I have a dog myself that all of my dogs use your product, but one, that had seizures. So we were really hoping for it. And, we talk about that often with you, but yeah, it's awesome stuff. So
it is.
Can't wait to dive into that. But before we get into that, you are coming to the summit this year, and you will be speaking again. Cannot wait. Little sneak peek. What are you talking about? What's your topic?
Oh, I love it. I love what I came up with. I know I shared it with you already, but for those who don't know, I moved out of Florida, last August, sold everything and got in an Airstream with my last 3 rescues and drove across the country and have been traveling all over the place. But it was really funny because I was sitting in an RV park watching like this, the kids, the middle school kids with the long hair, and that they're probably smoking that marijuana or something a little too early in life. So he's just walking around, wearing all black, probably listening to music. And I look and he's wearing a Dare t-shirt. So I know you remember what Dare is.
Oh, yeah.
I remember what Dare is. And what's so funny is that my mother worked for the organization that started Just Say No to Drugs, the Red Ribbon Day, and the Dare program in Florida. So it's kind of ironic, that she did that and I did do this. But what was so funny is that I looked at that and I thought, oh my gosh, he's wearing that as a joke of something, like that existed way back in the day. And I was like, wow, they still know what it means. And then I was like, wait a minute, what does it mean? And then I remembered what it meant. And that's literally what my presentation is going to be about. It stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. And I'm going to basically teach pet parents how to resist the drugs that are being abused by veterinary professionals across the board that are hurting our animals. They're doing more harm than good. And how something that's all natural doesn't do that to your body and actually helps your innate ability to heal yourself. So that's basically what it's going to be about, keeping it real, getting away from these synthetic drugs, getting back to finding that plant or mushroom that actually did the trick that pharmaceutical was based on in the first place. So
I love that.
That's kind of what it's going to be about. I'm really excited about it. I just keep learning more and more every day. And I just got an email from somebody who just started using the products and was like for themselves. And it's like, oh my God, okay, my mom has this, my dad has this, my sister has this, my dog has this, my cat has this. And that's what I want people to understand is that this all natural, these adaptogens, cannabis, mushrooms, they're all good for us. We're supposed to be taking them every single day. They are literally placed on this earth for us. Mother Nature gives us all the food and medicine that we need. We're just brainwashed. We're scared away from it. It's called the alternative medicine when it is literally the original medicine. But as you know, I feel like on every single live, every pharmaceutical drug is based on something found in nature. So I always like to try to find the natural that will work the best.
Yeah. I mean, we're so quick to jump to meds because in most cases it's a quick, easy fix. When there are solutions out there where you don't have to go to something that has side effects to it. By all means, if, you need to use that for Western medicine, for crisis, like please do that. But there's so many things that people use medications daily for that it's not really needed. And I will use my senior beagle, who was having seizures and was on all the medications and was still having them. And she hasn't had one, knock on wood, for I think almost 3 years now. So it's pretty amazing. So,
and that's what people don't understand is that, so if something works in nature, it is a whole plant or whole mushroom medicine that works. When they make a pharmaceutical drug out of it, they just take some of the isolates out of that plant or mushroom to make the drug. And some of them are effective, but they also always have a side effect to them. When you're doing a natural, the side effects are you're calmer, tumors shrink, you feel better, digestion is better, breathing is better. So those are the side effects of when you take a 100% natural product.
Right. Would you explain, and this might kind of go off onto a tangent and it might be too much, and I'm not good at explaining this, we use the CBD or one of the tinctures for various things, but it doesn't work necessarily just for that, but it goes everywhere. Could you explain to everyone watching like how the system works? And
so we all have a system called the endocannabinoid system. It's actually, they've changed the name to the endocannabinoid OM because it now incorporates the gut microbiome because there's receptors all over our gut. But basically it is the system that is our master system. All animals have it, fish, birds, elephants, us, and this system has receptors on it, and our body produces endocannabinoids. So the first time we get our endocannabinoids is from our mother's breast milk, kind of like when we first get our microbiota when we're born, we get it from our mother. So think about a dog or even you, if you weren't breastfed or you weren't breastfed enough, you will already have a deficiency in your endocannabinoid system. So you're not producing enough of these endocannabinoids, things get off. This whole system is responsible for all of the other systems and for keeping us at homeostasis. So when it is off, we need to balance it. It just so happens that the wonderful cannabis plant produces phytocannabinoids, which take the place of our endocannabinoids and fill those deficiencies. So when we take this plant medicine, it literally is trying to fix us and bring us back to homeostasis so that we can be balanced and everything's operating right. So we all have this system and a lot of us are off and a lot of things, interact or get us off of this system. But this beautiful plant is what helps us get back on it. So that's why it could be, since it's the master system, it could be a kidney issue, a liver issue, an endocrine issue, a hormone issue, whatever the issue is, a full spectrum hemp extract is going to help. The other thing I love about it is yeah, it's all the research that's come out. You know, the research last year at your event, I talked about how it interacted with all 12, I'm sorry, cannabis has been proven to interact with 8 of the 12 pathways of cancer. You add fungi and other adaptogens, and you're literally interacting with all 12 pathways of cancer. So you're killing it, you're preventing it from spreading, you're preventing the cells from turning, you're literally preventing this cancer from taking over the body and killing its host. And I've been able to prove that over and over again at my rescue farm with, you know, all kinds of different ailments and cancers. So, you know, it was really fun to be able to learn this. I went to the University of Vermont School of Medicine. They had the first program for the study of cannabis for its therapeutic uses in biology. And everything that I learned, I literally formulated and applied and did it and watched the miracles happen. I've watched more tumors dry up, explode, die, completely go away. I've seen dogs who were full dementia, you know, grand mal seizures, covered in cancer, Cushing's disease, you name it, everything wrong. And between diet, cannabis, and these mushrooms and adaptogens, I was literally able to bring them back to homeostasis. Dogs that stopped walking, you know, stopped using their back ends. What I think people need to understand more than anything is that all disease is based on the inflammation of something. And that is its main job, is to get rid of inflammation. So as you know, I found the medicine myself in 2015 when I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I wanted to find the natural drug that would help me with my pain. And that's how I found cannabis, and took it and could not believe how well it worked on pain. And the fact that my stress levels went down, my anxiety levels went down. I was like, this is crazy. Why is this plant so, you know, villainized? It is amazing. We should all be on it. I used to say every senior citizen, animal or human, should be on it. Now I just say everybody should be on it. Anybody suffering from anything, it's going to help. It's helping your body work on making you better.
Yeah, we've seen it work here, and my staff has, and I have, and it's awesome. Before we talk about the fireworks and 4th of July and all that stuff, we do have a question. Emily asked, is there a CBD tincture that you recommend over another in your line after cancer has been removed? And would you still use the heal, or would using the ease be just as effective?
That's an awesome question. Yes, that's what I get really, what do you say? Almost aggravated. This is, you know, I'll have a veterinarian use it. They get rid of the cancer and then they stop everything. We all have to remember that, especially if we've already had cancer, we all have cancer cells in us. And the objective is to keep those cancer cells from getting together, creating a tumor, shooting out that blood supply and feeding themselves. You literally want to keep them from ever doing that. And your body produces cells that make that not happen. And CBD literally helps turn them into natural killer cells, which then go throughout your body and kill anything rogue, meaning a rogue cell, meaning it's turning into cancer or it's already turned into cancer. It literally kills it. And not only does it kill it, it removes it from the body after it's killed it. So yes, I would actually do, if we've already put the cancer into remission, I would go ahead and switch. I would do 1 month of heal, next month of ease, go back to the heal. The reason I say that is that they're all, heal has 2 different strains of cannabis in it, and ease has 1 strain, but also has 2 other adaptogens in it that share some of the same properties as cannabis. So they're both a little different, both very synergistic. But yes, if you had a dog or pet that had cancer or was sick and CBD helped them, I would keep it on for the rest of their life. Probably don't have to do a dose as high as you did before unless your dog is really old. But yes, you always want to keep that in their system. You always want to keep supporting their system to help fight off that cancer. You know, when Nina, my Doberman, got osteosarcoma, and I was able to extend, she was given 4 months to live, and I extended it over 2 years. I was like, if we know that 1 in 9, it's probably more now, 1 in 9 large breed dogs gets this awful, cancer, painful cancer that's so aggressive, it takes them out in 4 months. Shouldn't we be giving these dogs that we know are prone to these cancers this earlier in life? I asked my board of advisors, who's mostly holistic veterinarians, and they said 8 weeks. Don't wait the year. Do it. Start supporting them at 8 weeks old. So I love that. I love that we're starting to use this as a preventative now, to prevent this cancer from ever being able to completely form a tumor and become something that's life-threatening. So I do that now with anybody that I talk to that's got a dog that's prone to a certain cancer or ailment that I know CBD is going to help. Start giving it to them earlier in life.
Well, I think it's also easier, like you said, for prevention. It's easier to prevent something than it is to play catch up when there is already a problem there, and a lot of times, when people come in and they are asking, my dog has cancer, it does this, what do I do? And I'm like, I can tell you all the things to slow it down, but I don't have a magic thing that's just going to make it go away. So it is easier if you do all the things from the beginning to slow things down and prevent. It's definitely do that.
Yeah. And support that body, detoxic, don't feed the cancer. Diet is so important. So making sure that you're working with that whole protocol and that you're not feeding a food that is going to be feeding that cancer. So basically it's, you're taking the CBD and mushrooms that's fighting the cancer, but you're feeding the wrong food. So you're just kind of keeping everything the same. You definitely have to do that. Cannabis and mushrooms can't do it all by themselves. They're going to help a lot, but diet is super important.
Well, I will say this, and I say it every time in terms of supplements, you can't out supplement a bad diet.
That's right.
And
I always say, but you can fuck up a good diet with a bad supplement. So there's
that too. So, all of that. Okay. So 4th of July is coming up. And fun fact, I'm a 4th of July baby, so my birthday's coming up.
Happy birthday!
So for the person whose birthday is on July 4th, it's certainly stressful for my pets. I hate that they're stressed out on my birthday. So there was a news thing I saw many years ago, but they said that July 4th and July 5th are the 2 most common days and most days that pets go missing because it is so traumatic for them. It's not normal. It's not supposed to be there. You have this big thing shooting off in the sky and lights are crazy. It's very loud. It sounds like guns. Think about, people who have been in combat and war. It's very loud for them. And as a human, like we kind of expected when July 4th, like we know it's coming. And, my husband was in the Marine Corps and he's been, in combat before. And so fireworks to him are not a good thing, but he knows July 4th is coming and he knows to kind of prepare himself for that. Our pets don't. So what you got? What are we doing to kind of, ease things, make it a little bit better and make it manageable? I think manageable is the key thing here. So
yeah, a stressed out, scared dog was one of the first things that I wanted to resolve when I learned all about cannabis. I lived in Florida, in Tampa, Florida, which is the lightning capital of the world. Woo. I was outside on a sunny day one time with all my dogs outside and lightning struck 4 times in my backyard. Scared the shit out of us. So all the dogs were scared of that. And then when 4th of July came, New Year's, forget about it. So that was probably one of the most beautiful things was watching this happen. Now I know a full spectrum hemp extract on its own is going to calm a dog, but adding something like another adaptogen like lavender essential oil into my formulation did the trick. I also had a groom shop where I was getting people bringing in dogs that were scared of the groom shop and were giving them sedatives that very dangerous, very powerful, lower the dog's blood pressure, wreck their gut. Sometimes causes depression if you use it too often. Was just actually reading some studies on some of the sedatives that are used on a regular basis with dogs. You're not going to get any of this with a full spectrum hemp extract. Our calm is all natural. You couldn't overdose them if you were to give them too much, they would just go to sleep. It's not causing any harm. If the body gets too much of it, it just gets rid of it. So it is the best way to really calm them down and not cause any harm in the meantime. So along with music, I know that there's certain frequencies that are really calming. Lisa Spector is actually a musician for dogs, and you can literally look up her music on YouTube and play it, putting them in a safe place, and then giving them as much calm as they possibly want, so that they're calm, that they don't have any issues with it. Also considered as a training. Like I know in Florida, the week before 4th of July, fireworks are going off the whole time. So start dosing them during the week, and it will build up in their system so that maybe you don't have to give as much to them on the actual night. But I've never, in my experience, not been able to calm a dog down. And people need to understand it has nothing to do with weight, even though there is research that shows 4 mgs per kg have shown to calm down any dog. But from my experience, like I love to tell the story of my 9-pound Schnauzer and my 60-pound Doberman. My 9-pound Schnauzer needed 2 dropperfuls to calm down, and took him a full 20 minutes to calm down. Nina, quarter of a dropper, and she'd immediately go. She'd actually come ask for it. She knew when a thunderstorm was coming before I did. She'd just come and sit next to me, kind of shaking, and I would look like, what is there? Is there a dark cloud? Is it going to rain? So she started asking for it because she loved how it calmed her down. That was a really cool thing to see. Odie, not so much. Odie would still make me chase him around, fight me, get it in, take a full 20 minutes to calm down. He literally would walk around like, why do I still hear thunder or fireworks, but I'm calm for some reason? So every dog kind of reacts different, but I've never had one that couldn't calm down. And it's all natural. So you don't have to worry about giving them too much, or with a pharmaceutical, giving them the dose and it doesn't work. And if you give them another one, it could really cause some liver and kidney damage.
So when do you know if it works? And like if I give my dog calm and I don't notice any difference at all, how long though should I wait between dosing to see if it has an effect or if it doesn't?
I like to wait 20 minutes. You don't see them calming down at all, give them another dose. And also remember, that doesn't mean you have to give those 2 doses every single time. That's why I would love people to get it a little earlier so that you can start building it up a little bit. But it's almost like a training tool. Once they go through a bunch of thunderstorms and a bunch of 4th of Julys, and it's not so traumatic anymore, you find yourself using less and less and less, because it's almost like you're training them that it's okay. It's going to be okay. You don't have to be scared anymore. So yeah, give them if you think you categorize your dog as a severely anxious dog, go ahead and do that full dropper. It's only 12 milligrams of CBD. So it's not going to do much to them that they're sleepy or get knocked out or anything. If you have a dog that you think is even super severe, we now have extra strength calm for those dogs, because we did have a lot of dogs that 12 milligrams wasn't enough. If we got up to 2 droppers, now it's more cost effective to go to the extra strength so that you don't have to use as much. You don't have to have so much oil in it.
And there's horse also.
And there's horse. Yeah. I don't even, and
I have a dog that has to have horse.
Yeah. All my dogs take horse products now. Yeah. I take the horse product as my, as my medicine. Horsies is my medicine. But yeah, of course it's, different dropperfuls, but yeah, nobody needs to be concerned about it being too much or that it's going to hurt their dog. That's what's the beauty of a all natural whole plant extract, is your body recognizes it. It takes what it needs. If you gave it too much, it just gets rid of it.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, my dog Sunday, I have another beagle who was one of the Invigo beagles. And if you're local to Virginia, you know what Invigo is. But if you're not, you probably don't. But Invigo was a breeding facility who bred dogs and specifically beagles for testing purposes. So, your Roundup that you buy, it's been tested on an animal and a dog, a beagle. It's awful. So she came from there. There was 4,000 beagles, and they lived in these teeny tiny little rooms with nowhere to sit. If you were to picture a crate with 10 dogs in a crate, that's basically what it was. Anyways, all the dogs did get out. They were all adopted out, but let's talk about anxiety and PTSD in a dog. I mean, awful situation to come out of, and she's come so far, and we've had her for almost 2 years now, and she's a completely different dog than what she used to be. But when I tell you she was getting 3 horse droppers a day, and that itself took the edge off, I mean, and what I did with her is I would give her, and I think this would be very beneficial for fireworks because it's going on and it's actively like happening, right? So I would do a dropper, and then I would also use a lick mat once the dropper settled in, and then spread some stuff on the lick mat and pour some of the oil in. And then they're so focused on what they're licking and like their toy and everything that they kind of almost forget, what's going on in the background. So
great idea.
This worked for me. Obviously, like you said, every dog is an individual and they're all different, but that might be something, for people to try. And I think to use the CBD, take the edge off, and then give them something to keep them occupied while it's going on, whether that be a chew or a lick mat or some type of interactive toy, I think is really good. At least it's worked for me.
I love that idea. So, we have Blanche's edibles. So Blanche's edibles were created. Yay, Blanche! Blanche is my business partner, Hernando's dog, she's a 6-pound Shih Tzu, and he's an actor and would get kicked out of, hotels on national tours because of her barking and separation anxiety. So literally our little trick was we'd give her calm and same thing. She's 6 pounds and would get probably a full dropper of extra strength calm. And then we'd also take her treats and put them all over whatever room she was in, bury them, wrap them in things or whatever, so that she would go find them. Yes. So that if it started wearing off, that by the time those hit her gut, she'd maybe get some more, relief. But yeah, anything you can do to help them. It's nice to have these things that, that's not going to hurt them at all. It's only going to help them.
We have a couple questions here. Rena asked, what if you have a dog with liver issues? Would you be concerned about higher doses?
Nope. It is great for the liver, protects the liver, helps the liver. It's not going to cause any damage to the liver. An isolate of CBD will, but we're talking about a full spectrum extract, meaning we're pulling everything out of that flower. All of the compounds are in there, all of the flavonoids, terpenes, everything that makes it work really well. So there is research that shows that a CBD isolate, meaning when they just pull CBD out, does cause liver damage, but not a full spectrum hemp extract. There is nothing.
You guys do not make isolates, so.
What'd you say?
I was thinking you guys do not make isolates, so we
hell no. Yeah, we don't know what isolates do yet. There may be research. I literally check all the time and ask about it all the time because I see everybody coming out with isolates now. I see veterinarians coming out with isolates now. Isolates are basically pharmaceutical drugs. They're trying to make pharmaceutical drugs out of a all natural flower extract, meaning they're just going to take out one part of it and say that it does something. And we don't have any proof of that yet. Except for CBD, we do have proof that it is dangerous and causes liver damage. Don't mess with the plant, don't mess with that flower. Mother Nature made it and it's perfect the way it is. And if we can just grow it right and extract it right, then we're going to get everything we need out of that medicine.
That's a great point. There's another question that is, what does it say? Your CBD, she is a pet, and on CBD tinctures or mushroom tinctures, do you recommend that they take it every day consistently for the rest of their lives? Or do you suggest a period of rest for like a month and then a week off from products?
It depends. If it's an older dog or a dog with issues, I'd be giving it every single day. There's no harm in giving it every single day. I take it every day. All my dogs take it every day. It's matter of fact, sometimes when you skip a day or two, you can literally feel it. You'll feel it in your body. But no, it's perfectly safe. Again, it's an all natural extract out of a flower. Your body knows what to do with it. So it's not, even if you were to take it for some reason and your body didn't need it at all, which I can't imagine, it's just going to take it out of your body. It's not like it's not like your liver is overworking, trying to figure out what the heck to do with it. It's not storing anything. It's literally all natural and not going to cause any harm. And people need to realize that this is not only what I was taught at the University of Vermont, it also is research. There is no case ever in the history of world of cannabis killing anybody. It's impossible. I know I brought this up last year, but there's a study called the Rosenkrantz study that was done in 1973, and they wanted to see how much THC it would take to kill a person. And just like those beagles, they used animals. They used rats, beagles, and chimpanzees. 2 rats died. They regurgitated their food and their sleep and died from that, not from the cannabis. And not a beagle or a chimpanzee died, and they gave them 9,000 milligrams of THC. Wow. So they literally tried to see how much it would take to kill a person or an animal, and they were unable to do it. It's called LD50. There's no lethal dose possible. Wow. And we all are scared of it because we're comparing it to synthetic drugs or opioids, where you do take the wrong amount and you're dead. It stops your heart. It stops your breathing. Cannabis does not do that.
And I think that is one of the biggest questions that we get asked here is like, well, what if I give too much of it? I'm like, you're not going to.
Right.
You can give. I mean, again, look at my, less than 20-pound beagle who was getting 3 droppers of the horse size. I mean, so there you go. Kelly has a question. What if you
Kelly? Oh, Kelly.
Kelly's here. Kelly's coming in July, by the way. I think she is.
No, I'm so excited.
She wants to know if you have an elderly dog that's in pain but gets diarrhea from almost everything that you give her to alleviate it. What do you do?
So she gets diarrhea from almost. So you're saying that if you give her CBD, she's getting diarrhea? Is that what you're saying, Kelly? Because if I've had a dog that was prone to it, like remember when at my farm I would bring dogs. I literally had relationships with veterinarians that would be like, hey, Angela got a case for you. They want to put this dog down. I think you can do something with it. So literally I'd have dogs on death's door and be able to reverse their disease. And they would be 13, 14, 15 years old. So it never, just like your beagle, giving them all that horse heel still didn't cause diarrhea. So sometimes
saying that it does.
It did?
Mm-hmm.
So heck yes, I am. No, you're coming. My
He's
dog.
Coming.
So yes, that I would give something to counteract that diarrhea. So maybe a pumpkin. Like the only reason that it would cause diarrhea is because there's so much oil in it. So that was one of the reasons that we made extra strength calms. So when someone was getting up to giving 3 drop or fulls, that's a lot of oil and you're probably going to get a loose stool. So maybe, Kelly, go to a higher potency so that you're giving less oil. So maybe move up to the extra strength or the horse version so that you're giving more medicine with less oil. Or counteract that with something to kind of help soak up that extra oil so it doesn't create loose stools.
And then CBD Dog Health comment asked if you had tried slippery elm, Kelly. So that would be a good option. Or, there's some probiotic paste out there that are just like a heavy dose if you have a dog that has like explosive diarrhea and needs something. I've had great success with that as well. So
I have a new product coming out here soon. Cool. By August. It's called Gut Food, and it's actually a food topper, and it's a bunch of chopped up mushrooms and It's basically to feed the gut. I've learned so much about mushrooms and how taking their extracts and eating them is amazing for the gut. 3 grams will feed your gut microbiota for 13 days straight. So I feel like, Kelly, if I had that product, I'd go throw a little spoonful on top of the food every day, and I bet it would take care of the problem. But in August, it'll come out in August.
Okay. All right. Hey, that's good to know. Yeah, Kelly, I would something like that. As you've said, you've tried the Runs Be Gone. Nature's Pharmacy makes a probiotic paste that I use in case of emergencies. I'm trying to think. Pumpkin. There's some other things to do. We'll chat about this later, Kelly.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions? Yeah, Adored Beast, Kim. That's another good one. There's a couple of different items from them. Yeah, I think there's something to get with, but maybe try the horse one, but that's less. You know, it's more.
I feel like my instinct is that there's too much oil, so I feel like we just need to maybe soak up that oil a little bit. And I'm hoping that if you move to a higher dosage product, that you don't have to give as much oil, and that will be enough to solve the problem. But yeah.
Okay.
It's not common, but if you're given a lot of the oil, it will definitely make the stool soft.
That's a good idea. For those of you who are in here who haven't commented with the hashtag yet, please comment, because we're going to do a drawing shortly to win some things, because we all like to win some things. I want to win something.
What do you want to win?
I don't know. I want to win a trip on a tropical vacation somewhere.
Awesome. With or with the kids? With or without the kids?
Oh, today with, but if you would have asked me last night, probably without. So it depends on the day. Yes, Kim won yesterday. She won something. Maybe you could go for day 2. And
yay, Kim!
Does anyone have any questions specifically for Angela? Maybe about fireworks? Any other questions, Diana? The hashtag is #TheMoreYouKnow. It's scrolling across the screen right now. Should be able to see
Emily,
it.
I see that your dog has Giardia. Diatomaceous earth is amazing for getting rid of Giardia naturally.
Ooh, that's great.
If you haven't tried that yet.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, right. I think we're ready to do some giveaways. Awesome. We're going to see if this works like it worked yesterday. So, yeah, let's see if this works. Hang on. There's a lot of technology here, you guys.
Oh my gosh, does it pick the winner for you?
Yes.
That's cool.
Jay and Adrian showed me this really cool thing last week that I didn't know about. It's so fun. All right. The first thing is going to be for a copy of the Forever Dog Life. We're going to raffle off this. And if you do win, please shoot me a DM and we will get this to you. If you're local, you can come pick it up. Otherwise, we'll mail it. So, dun, 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 dun. We need a drum roll. This is so fun.
Woo, Cindy. Awesome.
Ooh, Kim Country won.
Oh,
yay. Awesome. All right. So that's awesome. Good job. All right. Now for the next one, it's going to be for a bottle of the CBD Dog Health Calm. You're going to want this in a couple weeks for July 4th. And let's go. Dun, dun, dun. How fun is this? I didn't even know this was like a thing.
It's so cute. I love it.
Rena!
Awesome. Yay, awesome. Woo! Rena, awesome. I don't know if you guys know this, but Rena is a holistic pet health coach, and she is awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
See her at one of the BK Pets tour stops. It was awesome.
That is awesome. Well, if you did win something, please shoot me a DM. We will get you your prizes. And Angela, thank you so much for coming on. You are always such a wealth of knowledge. We could sit here and talk to you for hours, and I still wouldn't know everything that you know. It's pretty amazing.
That's okay. Thanks for
you
having me.
You share everything, and I can't even soak it all in half of the time because it's just so much. And I think myself and my staff and my customers, we absolutely love your products, and we've seen them work for ourselves, and they're quite miracle workers, and I love that. And I cannot wait to have you here in July. We are like a month and 2 days away, and it's going to be quite the party. And yeah,
It'll be fun. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see all of you.
Yes, we will see you guys all in July. And thank you for coming on and talking with us this evening.
Thank you for having me, Amanda. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.